Gentlemen, welcome back to the show. I was going to say commiserations for losing, but I'm pretty sure you guys expected to lose to City today.
Yep.
I didn't watch the game, so yeah.
Now, Terry, before we start, I just want to say thank you
I'm
to
serious.
Arsenal. Thank you to Arsenal for just helping us out, because if you didn't lose yesterday, Pep would have played a stronger team. So I'm just glad that we didn't get embarrassed, man, because not a single Chelsea fan on this earth expected us to get anything out of that game. So thank you, Arsenal, for that favour. We needed that. We needed that.
I hear you on that. And as I say, there's no point really reviewing the game because it was an uncompetitive, dead rubber of a match. I think everybody would kind of agree. Unless there's an element of the game that you guys want to discuss or yourself, Mo. But the question I was asking earlier on in the show is a lot of people are talking about, is this the greatest Premier League team of all time? Isolating it to sort of 4 or 5 year periods. And I think that's been done to death. And I think we addressed that at the end of the season if the treble's been done. But the question I was asking is this: where do they rank in terms of Premier League legacy overall? So from the start of the Premier League until now, what positions are they ranking as a club in the Premier League era? What are you saying, Mo?
Okay, so number one, there is no, I don't think there's a debate here. If you talk Premier League 92, they are second by far, right? Like, if you talk Premier League only, I just took it yesterday to a different level. I said if they win the Champions League, they surpass Arsenal in terms of like who is the more successful club in all history. Having the history of 10 years doesn't mean you don't have history. You just can create a lot of history in a shorter time, which is what they did. They are creating tons of history. In 50 years, nobody's going to remember if it was done in 10 years or it was done in 30 years. People are going to remember the amount of trophies you win, right? This is how you create a legacy. It's like Man United. You in 20 years, you created a lot of your history in that 20 years. So we don't count it for Man City because they created it in only 15. That's my argument. If they win a Champions League, and because they reached 2 semifinals and already reached 2 finals of the Champions League, if they win it, they surpassed Arsenal, because your achievements are not only in the Premier League in terms of like 13 versus 9 now, if I'm doing the math correctly. Arsenal won 13 overall, City won 9. But if City win a Champions League, I think that's worth about 2 to 3. I think you have the sheet from before, but also the achievement of reaching the latter stages of the Champions League. So I think if they win the Champions League, and of course if they win the FA Cup, that's a treble, three-peat, and a Champions League. I think they surpass Arsenal. And I'm sorry, Arsenal fans, but this is the reality. You did not make good use of your time when you were at the top. You only won 3 Premier League titles, 98, 2002, and 2004. Well, look at Man City. I'm sorry.
Do you guys think they surpassed Chelsea, Don? I mean, you've got 2 Champions Leagues in the Premier League era. But in terms of lifting Premier League trophies, I think this is their 7th, 9th. No, Premier League trophy. Well, just looking at the Premier League era, this is their 5th Premier League, 6th, 7th.
Seventh. They've got 2 more than us. Yeah, they've got 2 more than us.
Do you still put yourselves above them because those 2 Champions League weigh heavy, or do you think Premier League era, City are now number 2? Where do you put them?
Yeah, Premier League era, they're definitely ahead of us. There's no debate around it. I think when it comes to just Premier Leagues alone, City have got 2 more than us. Since we last won one, I've lost count of how many they've won since our last one in 2017. What's that? 5 they've won since our last one. Pep's got the exact same amount of Prems as we've got as a club. That just says it all, Terry. So for me, yeah, there's no debate in that. They've definitely gone past us now when it comes to the.
But you won 4 European trophy representing England. So in the Premier League era, you won 4 European trophies.
But Terry specifically spoke about Premier League trophies. Or are we speaking about the whole?
No.
So for me, let me just so I'm talking Premier League era. So all the trophies you've won in the Premier League era, because I don't like discounting that, because you play all the tournaments at the same time. So
okay, yeah, I get it. I would say for us, not yet. I would say I think they still need that Champions League, and then I'll probably say they've gone ahead of us. But for now, they still need to win something in Europe. I think they're going to win the treble. I've said it multiple times when I've come on these streams, but for me, they still need to win something in Europe. I know we've got 2 Champions Leagues, but they've still got 2 more Premier Leagues than us. So that Champions League will definitely hold a lot of weight. I think that will definitely define it. To be fair, so yeah, I'd probably say they need that Champions League. Then they would probably go ahead of us. in the Premier League era.
So I see a couple of comments saying that City won only 6 cups. So City won 14 cups to Arsenal 16 all over the history. And I think, look at this. I'm discounting the Charity Shield, to be honest.
Yeah, no one counts.
I'm discounting. But people want to talk about the Carabao Cup. Doesn't weigh anything. Man United at the end faced Newcastle, right? Okay, so do you have a better team to face than Newcastle? No, it's only Man City. It's Newcastle and then Man City. So I'm counting the Carabao Cup, especially in the new era, because to win the Carabao Cup, Liverpool last year, they had to go to penalties against Chelsea. So it's a tough competition at the end. Yes, it's 4 games, but I'm sorry, it's a competition. It's a cup.
4 years in. Pep, why is it not good enough for Arsenal fans, but good enough for Pep to win it 4 years in a row? Pep won it 4 years in a row.
It's a narrative when it suits them, Andrew. You know what I mean?
That's what I know. This is what I don't get. It's like, listen, I don't think they are very close to overtaking us. Very close.
I think that Champions League does it. That Champions League does it.
Guys, 4 European trophies, major European trophies is not easy to do.
I said very close, but not yet. They would need to probably win another Champions League, and then it's an argument.
In my books, a Champions League weighs 3 league titles. This is in my book, in my opinion. And that counts for Man United, for. Also, you do a three-peat that counts for more than just 3 league titles. Yeah. Invincibles count more. I think Terry has this sheet that he did. People keep talking about it. But this is in my book. So I think Man City are creating history now. And coming from me, people think I hate on Arsenal. I actually wanted Arsenal to win the league because as a neutral, I really don't want domination. I don't want monopoly. I want to see different clubs winning different trophies, at least to get it exciting, because now we're watching Man City dominate games, dominate the league. Yeah. It's not good for anybody other than Man City support. If you're a Chelsea fan, if you're a Spurs fan, and you're cheering for Man City to win the league, you're really putting yourself in a terrible position because they're only going to get stronger and you're not going to have a chance to win it. If Arsenal won it this year, you might have a chance next year. Man City are only going to get stronger.
If it wasn't Arsenal, it would just be
because of the fans, Andrew. Just because of the fans.
It's the fans, really. It's the fans.
No, but that doesn't make any sense.
No. It's just listen. It's very petty, but that's what football fans are. We're petty to the core.
But you want to win it next year. If Arsenal win the league this year, that gives a chance for everybody.
Yeah, but Andrew, the reason why I'm saying that Man City will go ahead of us when it comes to the Premier League era, if they get a Champions League, right, is because of the style that they've actually sort of won these Premier Leagues, and they've done a three-peat. They're going to do a treble as well. You got to take that into account. No, Mo. I don't want them to, but they're going to do it. This is the thing. I said this to Daps on the top 6 a few weeks ago. He was trying to be humble about it. I said Arsenal are going to be that up and down from here on. I said it. I said City are going to go in and win the treble. I've been saying this. So I'm not in denial about what's happening right now. And I'm not in denial about the fact that they've won a three-peat, which we've never done, Andrew, by the way, as a club. They're about to do a treble, which we've never done. There's only one other club that's done that. The only thing that they don't have ahead of us is a European trophy. Okay. So as much as we've got more than them, even if they win the one, right? If we're talking about Premier League era, they're definitely going to go ahead of us if they get that Champions League.
Can I ask a question to everybody here, even including Terry as well? Today, Man City played players that struggled to get into this team, and they looked absolutely magnificent. Yeah. And that's why they are levels ahead of everybody else.
Yeah, but Mo,
it doesn't matter who plays.
I would take today with a pinch
of salt. I promise you, Don, if this was a game that mattered, they would have played the same style with these players.
This is the scary.
This is the system, right? Guys. It's scary for everybody. These are players that struggle to get minutes. And they played like, it's all right. We can do the system. We can do everything that Pep asks us to do. A lot of teams can't do that. A lot of teams don't have that privilege.
I don't know if you think this is what's scary for me. I think if Haaland leaves in a couple of years and you give Pep 2 more years to work with Alvarez, that guy is going to be sensational. He's going to be the next one to step up. That's the scary thought right there. That they can just bring on Alvarez and stuff like that. That's what I mean. They've got that system fits every place. That's why Pep Guardiola for me is the best manager of all time in my eyes. Yeah. I've seen him play Fabian Delph at left back for an entire season.
I hear that. I wanted to say, guys, really quickly, I've been doing the adding up while we've been talking. So I asked a question earlier. Maybe Not my mind's changing about City being in number 2, but this is what's interesting. So Man United won the most trophies in the Premier League era, 30.
Yeah.
Chelsea are the second most successful team in the Premier League era. I'm including all trophies, barring the Community Shield, and I'm including Super Cups and FIFA World Club
Yeah,
Cup.
because that wasn't included on the original list.
So the reason I include them is because you only get the chance to win the Super Cup and the World Club Cup if you've won the Champions League. So they're there, right? So Chelsea have won 24 trophies in the Premier League era. Third place is Liverpool on 16 trophies in the Premier League era. Then City on 15. So they've only got, say they've only got 15. A lot of that's been in this little short period of time. So maybe we're putting a little bit of recency bias in there. But Arsenal, out of the Spurs, forget Spurs, out of the top 5 most decorated clubs at the time, Arsenal are third, bottom of that pile on 14. However, when you break down the Premier League trophies, United on 13, City on 7, Arsenal, Chelsea 5, Arsenal 3, Liverpool 1. And then when you look at the kind of Champions League side of things, no Champions League for City, 2 for you, 2 for Man United, obviously 2 for Liverpool. 2 for Liverpool, none for them. So, like, when you weigh up the volume, like, I think having those 7 Premier Leagues is very heavy as an example. But then having Liverpool and Chelsea having 2 Champions Leagues in that time as well, plus Europa Leagues, UEFA Cups, is massive. But City are certainly closing in on it. And for me, they're second or third, and I'm undecided on which, because I think the 3P is a thing. If they hit the treble on a 3P year, that propels second or third 110% for me, with Chelsea in and around that marking. But I think maybe we're letting a bit of recency bias come in by thinking Chelsea have fallen off, and the last 5-6 years have been so good for City. We're almost not thinking about trophies won prior, because even before you guys had Roman, you were still picking up FA Cups and, you know.
No, we were creating 03. You know that. We were creating 2003.
City are coming at a ferocious pace. They really are, in terms of what they've won and what they're gonna go on to achieve.